These guys are winning in music right now. Hey everybody, how's it going? I've got a brand new music video reaction / review coming at you today, and this one is for Dynamite by VIXX. VIXX is one of my very favorite groups. They seem to put out better and better quality music every single release. They just have incredible singing, performance, and song selection for the most part, so I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's the late girl. All mine, all mine. All mine, all mine. All mine.
Oh, I love all the upbeat syncopation. Really kind of funky, jazzy sound. Oh, these vocals are amazing. Oh my gosh. This chord progression is beautiful. I can't believe they did like some beat interchange replacement too. The chords and the harmonies too are pretty crazy. All right.
악몽 속의 항문 같아 내가 반항해도 누가 날 자꾸 잠들게 마성의 자장가를 불러준다.
Awesome transition into the rap too.
난 하루아침에만 너가던 백세 분명 뭔가 잘못됐어. 내일이면 사겨야만 할 현실인걸.
Oh, that slow triplet is so cool. These guys are winning in music right now. At the top of their game.
수리수리 이뤄져라 all mine. 수리수리 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 돌아서라 all mine.
And that's it. That is such a masterpiece, work of art, jam, all of the above. I'm actually extremely impressed and a little bit surprised, even though I expect really great things out of VIXX. I think they're one of the best groups in K-pop. This song took and built on what they were already doing to such a higher level that it's kind of shocking, actually. There's so much cool stuff going on songwriting-wise, production-wise, singing and performance-wise, that there's no way I could possibly talk about all of it. This song is just jam-packed with so much really high-level musical stuff, whether it's their singing and the performance or it's the actual songwriting and production itself. And yet it manages to do that and excel without kind of losing the purpose of the song or sounding really obscure or like there's a bunch of random stuff jammed into it. All of the really high-level and advanced musical ideas and performance things that they're doing all serve to make the song better. None of it is there just for the sake of being there. You know, the song is still appealing, incredibly catchy, and you almost don't notice all the amazing things going on because it's wrapped up in such a smooth and slick way. So after listening to this song a few more times, I would say that this song is perfect. Yes, VIXX made a perfect song. It's an absolute masterpiece. Although there is one complaint that I have that I'll get out of the way that might, I guess, keep it from being absolutely perfect, and that's the brass section. You know, the horn section parts could have definitely been a little bit more lively. They could have been mixed louder, and it sounds like they were using sort of sampled brass, which sounded really, really good. But for the purposes of a song that's already basically perfect, I would have liked to hear them use a real horn section and really have them go nuts on it. That could have elevated this song even higher than it already is. So now that I have that out of the way, that is literally the only criticism that I could find in this entire song. The production was just amazing. It sounded huge. The frequency balance throughout the entire spectrum was really nice. In the mastering stage, you can tell it's really loud, it's really compressed, but it's also extremely punchy. It's not crushed, it's very clear. And then coupling all of that production together with a song that has a really interesting kind of makeup. It's got quite a few different influences in it, you know, some funky stuff, you know, that really sort of quick, like emphasized upbeat syncopation rhythm that's kind of prevalent throughout the entire song. It's got some other flavors that are kind of jazz or fusiony, especially with the chord progression and some dissonances in there. And then their vocal performance, which is basically flawless. Like everything they're doing fits this song so incredibly well. You know, you can tell they really understand and got into this kind of style, and it shows that they're on a really high level musically. Just trust me on this. This is not an easy song to perform or put together or write or anything like that. Besides being a good pop song, this is a very advanced and difficult to make pop song. And I know a lot of people are going to listen to this song and they're going to instantly think of SHINee, but I don't think that's a bad thing at all. And although the style is a little similar to some things that SHINee has done, I think the real comparison to SHINee comes from the fact that SHINee is an extremely high-level musical group. They're one of the most incredible pop groups, I'd say, of all time. So much more so than this just being a SHINee type of song that VIXX pulled off. I think the biggest reasons for the comparisons people are going to draw is the fact that VIXX has kind of reached that high level of musicality that SHINee is already at. And I even like the fact that this song has a little bit of that feel, like VIXX is showing SHINee and everybody else, hey, we can do that really, really tough musical style and pull it off just as well as you can. You know, that might have even been on purpose and a little bit of a fun challenge, because I don't often see groups that can even approach the quality and difficulty level of SHINee's music, but clearly VIXX can do it, and they can do it really, really well. And actually the much bigger musical influence that I hear on this song and stylistic influence is actually like Dirty Loops. And Dirty Loops is maybe the highest level pop group that exists right now. The stuff they do is so musically complex and advanced. It's just incredible, incredible stuff, but they always keep it musical. This song is obviously more in the K-pop style, but I definitely can hear some influence and connections to a group like Dirty Loops. And anyone who can make music that's good and can be compared even a little bit to Dirty Loops has done something that's quite frankly fairly astonishing. So I am incredibly impressed with VIXX. I think this is one of those songs that doesn't come out very often that kind of sets the bar for everyone else. This could definitely be considered one of those songs, and I think hands down this is the best song that has come out so far this year in K-pop. So anyway, there's so much stuff that I can't possibly point out and talk about all of it, but I'm going to try my best, try to get as much information into my review as I possibly can, and let's jump right in and check it out. Here we go.
Yeah, it's the late girl.
There's so much space in this production and mix too. They're using dynamic contrast, depth, time bass effects in such a cool way. Everything on it is just top notch. Hear those huge doubled, tripled, quadrupled layered vocals.
One more shot.
You can hear N's voice there. They're layering on other people's vocal parts, not just their own too, which is a really cool kind of tonal color. I'm actually going to stop it here and run it back because I want to make sure everybody's catching what's going on with that kind of beat change there. What they're doing here is actually a really complex or really advanced musical idea. It's a quasi-meter or tempo interchange where they're kind of suspending the original meter of the song for a short period of time, and what they're doing is they're putting in something that fits but is really different and emphasizes a very different part of the beat and sounds like it's actually going into a different time signature temporarily. And it's one of those things that you might notice if you're like nodding your head to the beat. and you think you're doing it right, and then you feel like you're nodding wrong. A lot of times when that type of thing happens, they've actually changed the tempo, changed the meter, or something like this. They've temporarily suspended it to kind of fool with your mind. So let's go through this section and count through it in two different ways. The first way I'm going to do it is sticking to the original tempo and meter and ignoring everything else that's going on. But that's kind of not the way that your brain will tend to hear it, especially the first couple times through. So starting here, check this out. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, chorus. So that's basically the actual way that you're going through the song. It does fit in correct like 4/4 time. Now the other way that you might have heard it, and this is very open to interpretation by the way, because like I said before, it's a quasi interchange. They don't actually really do it. It's more of a sound and feel thing that tricks you into thinking that that's what's going on in the background. But another way that I was hearing it is what I'm about to show you, and this is coming from someone who's played in a lot of musicals, like modern musicals, where they switch tempo, they switch time signature all the times, maybe 100 times throughout a song. Something like Chess, obviously, is a really good example of that musical. So if we're going by how things were emphasized and where they've sort of fallen on the beat in other parts of the song, this is an alternate counting that your brain might have thought was going on in the background. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, stop time, chorus. So that's broken up in a very different way, kind of more by musical phrasing and ideas rather than just sort of chunks of 4. So obviously they really changed the emphasis of the beat. It's a really cool musical device, kind of makes you wonder like, hey, what's going on there? And it turned out really cool. It made the sort of pre-chorus and the lead up to the chorus even more exciting and even more dramatic. So anyway, let's continue. Love the chord progression. Check out that awesome rhythm guitar. Drop everything out. Let Leo's voice really like come through and just kind of sit there in your face. That's pretty cool. I love the really like slow rolling triplets too. That's a cool little rhythmic figure. And something else like I was talking about before with Leo's voice kind of sitting out front. They've used dynamics and space incredibly well in this song. When they want it to sound like everybody's just surrounding you with sound, like a wall of sound, they get that sound. When they want it to sound like there's just, you know, one person sitting in an empty room echoing around and sort of personally talking to you, they also get that sound. And it doesn't sound awkward going between those two kind of extremes. You'll notice here there's another kind of beat change. Go to like that halftime feel. That little bit of triplet action going on really changes how it feels. Hear how everything's kind of emphasized on that sort of up right before the downbeat? But 3, 4, up, 2, 3, 4, and really cool, just like funky rhythmic figure. There's so many amazing layers of vocals in this too. Just incredible stuff. And that kind of defines the style and the overall attitude of this track, that kind of little rhythmic figure. And it's something that's very simple, but it's linked throughout this entire song. You know, when you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, dot, 2, 3, 4, dot. It's that like twitchy slap bass player up pluck right before the downbeat. And it just gives the song kind of a cool jazzy edge. They definitely captured it in the vocals as well. And overall, all those little elements came together and made just an incredible song. Like I said before, I think this is definitely the best K-pop song to come out so far this year. We'll see if anybody else beats it. There's a lot of time left in this year, and we haven't heard anything from SHINee, so I wonder if SHINee will do a kind of VIXX sounding track in their next release and kind of get this friendly competition going even more. That would be really cool. And in case there's any SHINee fans or VIXX fans that are upset with me making that comparison, I do not mean it in a negative way at all. I only make that comparison to compliment both groups, and I really think fans of SHINee should be excited that VIXX exists, and the other way around too, because they're both on such a high level of music and they keep kind of raising the bar for each other, and in a very broad sense they do similar genres and styles a lot of times. So I think that fans of both groups should really embrace each other and enjoy the great musical output from both of them. And I would definitely say that VIXX has cemented themselves as being one of the absolute top-notch groups in all of K-pop through the song choice and their incredibly polished vocals and performance. There are really not a whole lot of other groups that can do things like this out there, period. So they have kind of distanced themselves from other people in the industry, and they definitely kind of do their own thing. You know, we have this kind of VIXX sound that we've established now over all of their releases, and it's a really cool thing that they've kind of found. And the other thing about VIXX is that they usually have at least 1 or 2 album tracks that are just as good as the title track, which isn't always the case with K-pop groups, so I'm looking forward to checking out the rest of this album. I'm sure it's going to be awesome. Amazing job on this one, VIXX. I can't say enough good things about it. And everybody out there, let me know in the comment section, do you think this is the best song that VIXX has done so far, or do you still have a favorite that's one of their other songs? Personally, it's really hard for me to decide because they already have stuff like Hide, On and On, Error. All of those songs are basically pop masterpieces, so I'm not sure if this is my absolute favorite of theirs or not, but it's definitely in the running for that. So it'll be interesting to hear what all of you think too. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this reaction/review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you could share this video all over the place, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, forums, all that stuff really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.